From Easy Property Listings, and I wanted to give you a tutorial today on how to use the Divi page builder to build or to work with custom templates. Create your own custom templates using a few features that we have in Easy Property Listings that allow you to create templates. I've just set up a pretty basic site here, just using the Divi theme. I've activated it, I've created a couple pages, imported a few listings, and done not much else, so that we can dive in and take a look at what we can do. I've created the main, this is just a standard Divi header. I've left that alone. Haven't even changed the pagination options or anything like that, but we basically got a very vanilla website here, stock standard Divi. I've just chucked a shortcode on the home page to see that pops up. I've got an empty search results page here and a single listing, just a link to one of the listings so we can have a look at how it looks now. And we're just going to use some of the Divi tools to modify how this all looks. So let's get started. I think we're going to start with a single listing, and we'll go to the archive page after. So with the single listing page, when you load up Easy Property Listings, you just get the standard template. We're basically rendering all the components using action hooks. If you don't know what an action hook is, it's a do action bit of PHP code that lets you spit out something in the template. What's good of using action hooks instead of functions is if a function is missing or a code's not activated, you'll get a fatal error. With the do action, nothing happens, so it's less painful. So what you can do is use if we jump over to our codex, each of our actions can be called using the listing element shortcode, and that's what we're going to use to build these templates. Is the listing element shortcode can say render the price. So if we're looking over here and we see where the price is, it will spit out the price for this listing. This particular one has for sale by negotiation. That's the price element. So we're going to use that shortcode, which will call the do action hook from the Easy Property Listings template. I should bring that up just quickly on GitHub. I'm just going to bring up the single template file. So if we go to library, templates, content, we put them all, the content templates are in here, and we got content listing single. This is what handles this particular page by default. So we got the featured image, we got some buttons, we got property details. So if we look over here, we've got the sorry, I missed the title at the top. The title, we got the icons, the price, there it is. So do action, price, do action, property title. So we can use these in the listing element shortcode to render these pieces of the template. So we got EPL property featured image, property button, single property. We said property details. That's just a title that's put in there, so you can just remove it or add it or change it, whatever you need to do. We got the address, EPL property address. We got a little category for land type listings. The price is just a secondary price one. Got a commercial category for commercial ones. Available dates. If it's a rental, it says I'm available from 16th of November. We got the inspection times that will spit out, and we can call each of these little do actions using the listing element shortcode with just copy paste, change the wording, and you're done. So what we're going to do is jump back over to the site, and I'm going to go to the dashboard, and we're going to go to Divi and Theme Builder. Right, so in the Theme Builder, this is what controls the Divi template. So we can override a particular type of content with the Divi theme. So if it's saying, hey, I'm looking at a single listing or a single property type, then we can say, do this instead, which is really cool. I use Elementor, and we do the same thing with Elementor. Divi has it called the Divi Theme Builder, but effectively it's the same process. It says, okay, if this is a single listing, I want to override it with my own template. So we're not stuck with the Easy Property Listings templates. We can create a new one and use Divi to power it. So I'm just going to press Add New Template and build a new template. Now here's where it's saying what we're choosing is, okay, so we can do the archive pages. We could say if it's doing a single blog post, or sorry, the blog, all pages, the home page. These are different renders, controls you can put over it. So we're going to look down here, projects. So there's I think Divi has a project post type. We got all properties. Here we go, all properties. So all properties, I think, refers to the single listing page. So all projects means if you're viewing a single template, that's what it refers to in Divi. And properties archive would be like if you're on the /property, which is the archive page. So we're going to target the all properties, and we're going to go create a template. Now we can customize all this. I'm going to leave the header and footer as per the usual. I'm sure you're familiar, if you're using Divi, you know how to build custom headers and all that sort of stuff. So we'll leave that. So we're going to add a custom body, and this is where you can build a custom body for this particular template using the Divi theme, and where we can use these listing element shortcodes to completely control the look and feel of the listing page. I'm going to skip the I didn't do anything. I didn't do that. Anyway, I must have done some saving. Let's try that again. I just skipped the builder and it just wanted me to do something. Okay, so I think we have a blank page here. So first of all, let's put some text in there so you can see what's happening. So I'm going to go with a single column layout in particular. So big image at the top, I would say stretch to the edge using our sliders. And then we're going to have a more contained middle section for the text, and maybe a bar for the pricing details before the text, and then a header and so on and so forth. So let's just start with a row, and we're just going to use the text block for the featured image. Divi doesn't have a shortcode specific, so all we need to do is use a text block, which is like a basic empty block. We're going to get rid of that, and we're going to go jump over here just to get the shortcode. So we're saying listing element, the type is an action, because that's what the do action means. So it's an action, the action key, so that's the name of it, and we're just going to use this, and then we're just going to keep using this same shortcode, but we're going to just change EPL property price to the different template options we have, or hooks we have. Now, I'm not sure how Divi renders this or previews. I know in Elementor you can choose to preview a specific entry. Our shortcode will just spit out some information like the price so that you see something happening. Let me just add another row. Like I said, I'm not the best at Divi. Let's go with a regular section. I'm going to go with let's say a dark bar with the address again. So I'm going to go text. And we're going to put in, we want the address next, so we're going to copy this shortcode again. Sorry, I should have just copied the other one. Paste that in here, but we're going to, instead of the price, sorry, that was the price I did before, it's not the image. Let's go to EPL property address. We try to name them quite consistent, probably one of the better things we've done. EPL property address, and change this to address, and press save. Now I'm just going to give this a bit of color or something. Let's give it a design, content background, some kind of color, not super. How do you bring up the picker? Okay, well, gray will do. That'll do. Okay, and then I'm not sure why it's not showing. Let's have a look, save. And now what happens if we view a single property? Just jumping over to the link, and we say view this one, we should see a blank page. No, we don't. Okay, well, maybe I didn't save something. Give me a sec. Save. Yeah, that's right. Oh, okay, save. I don't think it's saved. Or it hasn't loaded my all properties for some reason. Let's have a look. I might have to pause the video, and I'll come back to this in a second once I figure out the problem. I use Elementor often. I use Divi once in a while, not for projects. I'm not a full Divi pro, but really this should have worked. All properties. Here we go. It's totally lost everything. and then it's like it didn't save what I did. Refresh and just restore. Well, that's gone. Let me try that again. Create. I didn't press save. I think that's what I've done. Okay, well, try that again, shall we? I might Make sure you press save is the answer. And I didn't pick a template of what this is going to override. So give me a second to put that in there. Nope, that was not what I wanted. Put the price in there for a second. Good thing I could do fire on my template and then lose it. I'm sure I could have copied and pasted from some other Divi thing, but anyway. When you use tools all the time, you know their ins and outs quite well. But you don't, and you're like, oh, you forgot to press the save button. You're probably yelling at me in the YouTube video. Anyway, back to where I was. Yes, go away. So sorry, back to Divi Theme Builder. We should still see it here this time. Yes, okay, custom body. I haven't saved it yet. I do have query monitor active, and I'm wondering if that's causing me some grief. Let's add a new regular section. And address, and then background. Pick some colors or something. Save. Why is it not saving? Still nothing. What have I done wrong, guys? Here we go. Okay. I think it seems to take a while to save. Okay, that might have worked that time. There we go. Not sure what I did there, but right. I don't know what happened there, why it took so long. Something Divi does in the background, I guess. Okay, so back to where I was trying to go. I've got an example of what I'm trying to achieve on my other screen here. So we wanted to heading, then the address. Okay, so back to this. So we've added a text block. I'm going to add another one. Sorry about that. I just not fully don't know all the ins and outs of Divi's things. Quirks, that's the word I'm looking for. Don't know its quirks. Because you press plus and then you're like, it's like hiding plus. I don't want a row, I want a thing. I want a module. I can't press the button. Paste module. Okay, so let's go with the property heading. keyboard's not working today. Just one of those days. My mouse stopped working. Heading. And then I'll move him up there, and there we go. Now what we can do, finally getting somewhere, we can change the font sizes and so on. So we could say, I'll leave it as the default. Not worried about new fonts, but let's say the font size is 22 pixels or 28 pixels. There we go. And I want him to be bold, ultra bold. Nope, bold. Okay, so we've added a heading, we've got the address. Now let's say I wanted this to be 2 columns. This is going to should have done that before, but I'm not sure how to create 2 columns or convert something to 2 columns. Can you? Do I need to make a new one? Anyway, you guys are probably telling me, no, you just press this button. It's okay. Well, I'm not going to bother learning that just now. Let's do a regular section, 2 columns, and then drag my bits from here into here somehow. Come on. As good as page builders are, they are draggy fun. So can I copy the styles from here? Let's have a look. Copy style, good, and then paste styles. Great. Trash that one. Save. Now the price for this is not the price. I don't like putting the image in the beginning because it tends to load. You know, you end up waiting for things to load, and when you're working a lot, you sort of want to optimize your load time to an absolute minimum. But we have a hook here called featured image. So I've just jumped over to the template with all the hooks, and in fact I should make a page in our codex that just shows all the hooks. We have them, but not in a pretty template way that makes it easier to understand without having to dive through the HTML. I personally just come here and use it because that's just what I'm used to, but I got to appreciate that everybody's at different levels in their WordPress world, and like me with my Divi is pretty much okay, not great. Let's see if that's saved in time. There we go. So I've chucked we've got our sliders in here. We got the information here. I've got to add some price and some icons. And we haven't changed the quality settings for the sliders, just the standard 800 by 600, so a bit blurry because things are moving, stretching. But this is how you build a template. You just use the Divi Builder and you chuck in the different hooks that we created to render the different parts you want. So let's say here's the little plus thing was hiding from the other one. It was like behind the other one. So I got text again, and shoots up. I think I copy the name of mine. I'll just jump over here, and we're gonna we want the price anyway. So copy price, and then we'll do the icons. And I think we're gonna run into some trouble with the icons because of a code change I've made or created something with some code, and of course our styling is reliant on something that's not in the hook, but we'll just quickly cover that now. So there's the price. Let's go with a better styling, design, text. Plus I'm working on my screen at 1080 resolution. I usually run at 4K, so it's a bit cramped for me, but that's fine. We will get there. So let's just go something huge. That's cool, and maybe right align it. Okay, text. Do I right align it where? Here? I mean, that'll work, but okay. Yep, and then I'm going to add the icons. This is where I'm going to run into some trouble, but we'll get there. No, I don't want it big like that. Let's go. Nope, that one should move up anyway. Is that the duplicate button? I think that is. That's what I've been looking for. The duplicate. It's right there in front of me the whole time. So let me put that over here. Come on. Oh, look, there's columns appearing then when I'm dragging. It's just not where I want it to go. Come on, Divi. That'll do. And then I'll move this one. And we're going to go with the property icons. And this is where we're going to run into a little snag. Property, I think it's just icons. Oops. There's the buttons. We should have icons. Yeah, property icons. Property icons. And I'm going to try write a line. It's probably going to break everything, but we'll worry about that in a minute. Save. And then let's add some text or new section. Yes. Full width. Not full width, but we'll worry about it later. And go text. Now, and again, we have one for the content. In our template, it's called content, I think. The content. Okay, save. And then we have get in touch. I'm looking at a template. So we will put that maybe in a new section because it's nothing to do with the content. So new global or new section. Yes. Text. Nope. Heading. Nope. Title. Nope. Is it just text? Must just be text. Okay, that's fine. Get in touch. And touch. And design, or do something, I don't know, blue, bold, bigger. 22 pixels. Okay, and where is it? Save. These little spinny things. There it is. Okay. And let's go to visual and center it. Okay. And then we have one for our agents, which is, we have a map. I'm not going to worry about the map right now, but single author. So go back to here and add a, now it's letting me edit the things. Come on. Oh, it's because I'm in this. Okay. So duplicate that. And we're going to drag him in there. Edit him with the gear. Sorry, I feel like let's get rid of that. I'm not sure if centering will work here, but we'll try. And center it, save, save. Okay, if I refresh this, refresh, I've saved it, saved, what happened? Right, there we go. So we got the template. Now obviously got the width. Okay, so what I was saying before, the icons, unfortunately, we'll work on an update to fix this, but what happened is we are using this wrapper name to style the icons, which is fine. You could create your own CSS to do it, but all we need to do basically is, where's my builder gone? Okay, I've lost it. Let's refresh and edit him. Icons. So because I think we should be able to put some HTML in here. All I need is a wrapper or even a P class. Let's just change this to a div. Div. And we're just going to give it a class equals and save and save. So basically needed to add a class. I went really quick then, sorry. We needed to add the class name EPL property featured icons. I've left the other styling, so in a div, in a paragraph's a bit less good idea for this sort of thing because that adds extra space. And now we should have the icons not spaced out at all. Okay, let's have a look. What have I missed? Sorry. The icons are there. Why is the values not got any styling? I've copied the wrong class name. It's actually this older one. So let's, now that I think about it, it's that one. We do a lot of custom templates for projects, and I've rewritten all the CSS for the code. I just need to get around to patching it in the next major release. Wait for the save, refresh, and we should have some icons back to how they should look. There we go. Okay, so that is how you build a single custom template using Divi, and then you can use the power of Divi to adjust the padding and change the font sizes. So all our little hooks just spit out the values. We tried to not apply much styling, and that's why our templates look a bit boring if you look at our demo. Because if we put all the styling in there, you would actually need to undo our styling in order for you to apply your own to everything. So Easy Property Listings is intentionally bland so that customizations can be made a lot easier for you. And again, a lot of questions we get with the slider, although the quality is a bit crap. That's just basically the default is 800 by 600. And what we say is just inspect, sorry, I'll make this bigger, separate. Just inspect the size you want, basically. You know, don't go 20,000 pixels because then you're going to have 20 meg images. But we try and say, okay, how big is the container? So just right click inspect. So we get a value there of 1072 by 536. So if we go to our dashboard, we go to Easy Property Listings Extensions, and we change in the slider settings, the default is 800, 1200 is one, 1046 by, what did I say, 172, 536, 172. $536 and resize yes, save, and if we shift refresh, new images will be generated. Now of course the source images might be cruddy too, and that's where you can fall back. So let's have a look at the source. So we got a slider crop 1022, but it might be the original, maybe a little tiny. So I'm going to get rid of these extra to get the source. So that's the image size, and then we have a little extra thing. But the image, yeah, so it's already blurry. You can't stretch things too far, upload better images. My source images are a bit blurry for this particular, they are 800 by 500. So in this particular case, I can't increase the quality because they're already bad. But basically, if it's a 2000 pixel wide is what we recommend for source images, they get recropped down to 1000. They're going to look crisp and clear and beautiful. But basically, that is how you use Divi to create a single template. I'm not going to go into the archive in this video. I did a very long video for Elementor, and I didn't break it down with sections, so I'm going to actually do a shorter one. Just do the single one, and I'll do another video another day about the archive page. Now, thank you for watching. I hope this has been educational for you. And before I go, there are a couple little things. Is look at our website, easypropertylistings.com.au. We've got a good codex. It's good. It could be better if we had another 100 people working for us, but we don't. So we do what we can, what we have, but we keep adding to the codex. So there's always stuff in the user guide. It's called the user guide because it takes you to the codex. This has got all the information about shortcodes. You can do searching. I want to fix search. I want custom fields. How do I do custom fields? Okay, let's have a look at this document, and it'll give you an example, and we try and give you some examples on code. We've also got the best one to look at if you want to learn a bit about PHP is our hooks and filters. It's just a simple, oops, I pressed the wrong button. Hooks and filter action reference, and this just sort of gives you a little introduction. It was written a while ago, but it's actions and filters. Filters allow you to change something. Actions allow you to add something. remove something, that sort of stuff. We got a little example plugin here that lets you change the categories for listings. We got our Docs API. I personally use GitHub. It's got great search. But have a look here. We also have a code library of snippets at github.com, easy-property-listings/library. This is where you will find code snippets to change things. So listing, for example, we try and break it down again. So on the list, this is for a listing. You want a custom map marker. I'll change a land icon. Enable studio bedrooms, lots of different things here. There's just code snippets that you can chuck into your site. To give you a quick example, I know I shouldn't, but I will. Let me find something I can quickly use that will make an idea. Custom address text. Trying to see something that will work. Display price when under offer. Okay, let's try this one. So display price when under offer. Basically, you're going to copy this bit of code and you're going to put it into a folder in your child theme. Or you can put it in a separate plugin. Personally, when using WordPress, build with a child theme and you will have much better time. So I've actually opened up the child theme. I've already got a child theme active in this site you've been looking at. It has a functions file. Now, Easy Property Listings supports this without anything other than activating the plugin. So I'm going to create a new folder. It's called Easy Property Listings. Now, inside that folder, we're going to create a new file. Now, you don't have to do anything to make this load. Functions.php. That will load as soon as the plugin is looking in the child theme for this particular file. I'm going to edit that and I'm going to put in, it's not open my code editor anyway, PHP. I'm going to just give it a little comment. Custom code for easy property listings or something. And then comments are great. Always have comments. Okay, and then I'm going to add that little function. Actually, I'll just save first. That does nothing. We also support, by default, is a new file, and we'll call it style.css. And I'll put it in the wrong place. Style.css. And here you can do, there we go, it's my Nova editor. So just, again, a little dot comment or something. Custom style. Two things. I have to close it. Okay, and then you can put in your, body and whatever else you want to do there. We'll do that in a second. So I'm just going to save these two files and just put that there, so we can see them. And if we jump over back to Arthur Street, now the hook I just grabbed was to do something, and I've already forgotten what I was doing. Let me just open this again in my proper editor. There we go. The highlights. Display price. Okay, so by default, the listing will show, this is what a filter can do. So we're modifying the EPL get price filter in the core plugin. So we're going to put that in there. I'm not going to save just yet. We're going to go to this listing and call agent for price. So let us edit this listing and let's make it under offer. Okay, and let's put a price in there first too. So it's call agent, that's what it's been. So it says from 855,000. And now we would see the listing says from 855,000 instead of that call for price. That's why I said call for price, right? From 855. I'm going to edit the listing again. I'm going to say is under offer. Now, by default, EPL will mask the price and just replace it with the words under offer. Under offer, you can customize that label from Easy Property Listings settings. There's a section there on labels. One of them is under offer. You want to call it under contract or whatever you want to call it. That'll happen. So this filter, what I've added, will, if the listing is under offer, then spit out the price. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to refresh, and we should now see nothing. Okay, that filter is, what's it doing wrong? always the way. Yes. Ah, I just must have saved it. I'll refresh too quick. There we go. I just refreshed. I think Divi has some kind of caching. Under offer from 855,000. So this filter is just saying, okay, do something. Now let's say, oh, okay, hang on, but I want that on the next line. So this is where that style.css can come in. So we've said, okay, property label under offer dot price. Well, that's great. I shouldn't even put I should put more of a wrapper, but these are example snippet codes, code snippets. So we could do the following, which is, let's go span class equals custom price or something, and then add another little span and save. And this might take a second because it seems to be, could be my upload, didn't happen. Yeah, okay, from custom price, right, custom price. So now in our little custom style.css file, which I showed you a second ago, we're going to put in here, we're going to go display block and say font size 12 pixels. Let's make it smaller. Save. Block will force it to the next line, and pixels will make the font size smaller. So because it's already 22 from Divi. There we go. So you can use these two. You create a folder called Easy Property Listings, and then functions will automatically load. You can create many other functions files and use this one to load those functions if you want to be neat and tidy. We do that with our custom templates. You got style.css, which is automatic as well. We create a version one so that every time you press save, things change. This will not happen. Caching will cache this file, but it's loading there automatically. It's kind of like your theme, your style customizer here. But you can say group all your style sheets and your Easy Property Listings functions, keep them separate from the main functions, because when you have lots of other things in your website, it becomes overwhelming and complicated. So by keeping everything to do with the Easy Property Listings in here will make your life a bit more streamlined. But that's how you add a little quick filter to modify a default behavior in Easy Property Listings, which is now spit out the original price underneath the under offer. We put a bit of CSS there to put it on the next line, and you've got everything there. Now, obviously, our extensions, if you added our staff directory, that can replace the get in touch. The Merv Barrett here, I haven't filled any details in, and our default one supports, social media icons and phone numbers and stuff like that. But if you want the bells and whistles, look at the staff directory add-on. Sliders, again, this should have the picture quality be better, but that's just because we've gone beyond the initial image and they were already blurry at 800 by 600 pixels. But I hope this video has been informative for you. I don't even know how to use YouTube yet to put in bookmarks and all that sort of stuff. I'll learn about that later. I have a lot on my plate, so I'll just get the video up there, and hopefully this has been handy for the Divi users out there. Like I said, I'll do another separate one for the property archive, but it's basically the same thing. It's just create an archive page. I haven't really figured out how the templates work too much with Divi for the cards, but I'll research that and hopefully come up with a video. But the single should give you a good help there. You could use our listing templates, for example, extension to handle the archive cards, because then you just chuck a bit of CSS. We've got about 20 options there or something, and it should look good. But have a wonderful day, and love building with WordPress, and feel free to visit our website and purchase some products. Have a great day.